Good morning. This video will help you to understand and to complete your assignments in social studies for Mrs. Thompson. Actually, I think Mrs. Perry is also assigning these. Um, so first you go to your class link or your single sign-on. I am not very patient about finding the icon, so I always type it in. It finds it easier. Your textbook in social studies is called TCI, so that's what I'm going to click on. I typed it in the search bar, I click on TCI, and it pulls up my classes. I have signed in as Delaney because Delaney is she went back to her hometown, and so I will not be messing up her work when I use her assignment or her account. So your name should appear here. And then you look, there's two classes. One says Angela Osborne and the other says Kim Thompson. That's the one you're going to use. So you go to the class, and what you get here is basically the whole textbook. All right, all the lessons. Right now we're on 10, but you're not going to assign I'm sorry, you're not going to access your assignments that way. What you're going to do is to the left here, you see your pull down menu, you're going to go to assignments. In your assignments, you will see two assignments. Each time that I assign social studies, you're going to have two assignments. One is the assessment and the other is the text. I do not know why the assessment comes up first. I guess it's because I assigned it last. But what you're going to do is don't start with the assessment. I think some people did, and I think that's why you don't have great grades right now. But don't worry about that, because you can get a better grade by doing this assignment. This is where you start. The assignment you start with is called Text Sections, Notebook Sections, and Lesson Game. You're going to click the pull-down menu, and you're going to start at the introduction. So this is your list of things to do. Oh, it looks like a lot, but it's not really. So when you go to it, it really looks like a lot when you pull this down. All right, so you go to the introduction, and this is like looking at your book, except it's an online book. You read the introduction here, you read the text, and you will notice, if you pull down all the way, you will notice that there is an assignment for you to do. So here I'm going to read the assignment. Think of an instance in which an adult, such as a parent or teacher, gave you a direction or an order. In the box below, write a few lines of dialogue to show that what you were told and what your responses were. So, but you do have to read the text first, because in the text it will explain what to do in the notebook. This notebook, excuse me, this notebook part is like your paper notebook in class when I tell you to take out a certain page and you work in a group to do the assignment. This is what I need you to turn in. So it says here, start typing here. So the person asks you, adult asks you, Kim, go clean up your room, for heaven's sake. Wait. That's what my mom would say anyway. All right. Well, what would my response be? I don't want to. And my mom would then say, if you do not clean your room, comma, I will not let you watch Starsky and Hutch. This was a show that was popular when I was your age, I think. Yeah, that's probably. And you continue to write all these responses. You have to fill in all these lines. You have to write something. And if you notice, it says saved at 8:53 a.m. I can see that. I can see all that information once you do that. Now, of course, the role play this conversation with a partner. Well, if you have a sibling or an adult around, that would be great. But those kinds of assignments, of course, you're not expected to do. All right. So what you do then, once you have finished reading and once you've done the notebook assignment, you go to the next section. This is again just like the book. You know how the textbook is divided up in those little red subtitles that have a number. This is the same thing, except your note. So you read this, except your notebook is now in the form of an activity. You watch the video. That this is a I think this is called a game. I'm not sure if this is the game, but anyway, this is a little tiny mini quiz, and you can reset it. You can check your answer and reset it. And when you're done, you go to the next section. Here is number 2 in the textbook. You can look at the map. You can enlarge the map to read it better. You can go down the text, and here is another activity that you have to do. So it says drag and drop the correct statements about the proclamation of 1763. All right. So you can also check your answers. You can reset. You can play with that until you're done. You have to keep scrolling down the page though, because here is another notebook assignment. All right. This is the part that you're going to be graded on. So it says here, analyze the metaphor about the proclamation of 1763, then write the parallel historical event. So in this case, what you're doing here is, it says the principal is concerned that some classes are getting into arguments on the playground. So you start typing a parallel historical event, an event that you read in this text that is the same as this one. All right. Once you're done, you go to the next section. So this is how you do the assignments. When you're done, it should be done. You can go back to the beginning and see if you completed all the assignments. Once you have done the whole text and everything that the notebook requires you to do, then you can go ahead and take the quiz. The quiz you can take as an open book. So you can keep your textbook open on one tab, and you can have the quiz open on the other tab, and you are more than welcome to look in your text to answer those questions. If you have any other issues with this, please text me, or texting is actually the best way for you to get a hold of me from Monday through Thursday between 8 and 3. But you can also post on the classroom. You can post a comment. I will get to those comments at one point each day, but not exactly in real time. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you if you need more specific help. Thank you.